All right, guys, listen real quick. I just wanted to do a patch reveal for those of you who weren't watching the previous stream. The first two patches for Bones and Brew security gear have just arrived. These things were sitting in Milan, Italy for like 2 weeks, hung up in customs, but they came right as I was doing my stream earlier. So this is the Major League Security logo. All right, you guys can see that it's got my heavy set security guard silhouette. This is a shout out to all the guys who have been doing security that have laid the foundation for how everybody sees us. And listen, we don't run from that. We lean into it, but we lean into it as a pro. This patch, this logo is something that I created early on working in security. And it's actually modeled after Richard Jewell. For those of you who don't know, Richard Jewell was a security guard who worked during the 96 Olympics. The 96 Olympics, he's working in an area, it's like a courtyard area where they're having a concert. And this guy, he's like a lot of us. He took his job seriously. You know, he wanted to be a cop. He wanted to get in law enforcement. And for whatever reason, he wasn't able to get into it. So he gets into private security. But he takes working private security very, very seriously. He studies, he learns, he trains, and this is back in the 90s. There wasn't a lot of readily available information. However, he's working his job in this concert area of the 96 Olympics, and he's watching for something. He's watching for anything. He's being very, very diligent in his job, and he notices someone that's not listening to the music, someone that's not paying attention to the concert. He's got a large duffel bag. He sees the guy put the bag in an area and walk off. And something just doesn't feel right, right? They say intention has a smell, and Richard Jewell smelled something that didn't quite sit right. He goes and he alerts the people that are in charge. He alerts the people that are in charge of the concert. He gets the police. He starts to evacuate people, and everybody thinks that he's overreacting, that he's doing too much like most security guards. And as he's getting people away from the area, bomb explodes. People get hurt. I don't know at this moment without looking if people get killed, but it was actually a terrorist attack that was taken out by a guy named Eric Rudolph, right? Serial bomber. But Richard Jewell, being a diligent and vigilant security guard who was paying attention, who was mocked for how he looked, who was mocked for how serious he took his job, he became the number one suspect. The number one suspect, because no one believed that a lowly security guard would be that aware of something like this. And even when they found out what had happened, he had put so much time and effort into learning about, you know, munitions and learning about all these things, tactics, anything. They said, this is the guy. This has got to be the guy, right? So for a short period of time, Richard Jewell went from being the hero of the 96 Olympics to being the villain. They thought that he was the perpetrator. And it took a while for him to be able to clear his name. Ultimately, he gets his name cleared. He's given the respect and the honor that he deserves as a hero. He ultimately becomes a law enforcement officer, working as a police officer or a sheriff's deputy. But not long after getting that job, he dies of a heart attack. But the silhouette that is on this logo, that is the silhouette of Richard Jewell. Not necessarily Richard Jewell, but of the guy who looks a lot like Richard Jewell. It's the Paul Blart. It's the way that people think of us as security guards. Fat, out of shape, overweight, doing too much. But just like in the movie Paul Blart, Richard Jewell, being that guy, saved a ton of people. So this Major League Security patch, this Major League Security logo with the heavy set guy, I take pride in that. I would wear it with pride, and I'm so happy to finally have that in my hand. The other patch that we have is the Bones and Brew Atypical Security Guard logo. Okay, modeled after me and my love of caffeine and skulls, skeleton imagery, as some would say, tactical zombies, right? It's just badass, guys. I love this. That is my official logo. You'll see different variants of it, but these two patches right here, guys, the first two patches of what we're doing. Now let's talk about Bones and Brew. What's the point? The point is that we need something that's for security guards by security guards, whether that's t-shirts, whether that's patches, whatever else we decide to do moving down the road. I just want to have a place for our own gear. If I'm the only person that wears our gear, like right now I've got on one of my shirts, you got the atypical security guard logo, right? If nothing else, I'm going to be purchasing these shirts for myself. Like I will never wear a 2A brand or forward operator brand again. I'm wearing my own shit. And I hope that, you know, this platform, I hope it means something to you guys. I hope that you see how much time and effort and energy I put into this, the fact that I care about what we do, and the fact that I have pride in what we do. So I'm hopeful that you guys will purchase a shirt or go purchase a patch. You know, we'll continue to do patch drops every quarter. We'll continue to make different shirts and put them up on the website. But, you know, it's all about pride, guys. I am proud to be a security guard. I'm proud to do this work. I'm proud to be a part of you guys. And I want you to know that there's a platform out there for you guys. There's a place for you where people are making things for you, making things for what you do. It's all about respect. All right. So patches are in. I'll be putting these up on the website tonight, and they will be available for purchase probably by Sunday evening. I'll get everything on there and make sure they're good to go. And yeah, I'm excited. All right. Y'all take care.